What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Raw, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including, is John Cena booking his final event? Fans call out Triple H? John Cena got censored last night? The real reason for Nikki Bella's heel turn? Why did WWE cut off LA Knight? Andrade walks out of another wrestling event? A wrestler passes away at 55? Is a shock WWE return coming? And much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now, as always, we won't recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good, as number 1, Grand Slam Cena. And despite it leaking online hours prior to Raw, it was still welcome to see John Cena challenge Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental title. Cena is now a Grand Slam champion in WWE, and the visual of Cena as IC champion is something we never thought we would ever see. The Boston crowd was rabid for Cena, and the match versus Mysterio was the perfect television match in what could be Cena's final ever match on Raw. Mysterio had a decent reign with the title, and it now looks like he'll be rekindling his feud with Father Rey Mysterio, who also had a hilarious reaction after the match, just basically saying "lol" on Twitter. Now, in relation to Cena, it's been rumored that he could be part of the men's WARGAMES matchup, but with him now being reigning IC champion, a title defense isn't out of the question. Number 2, Cena Tournament. Well, the tournament to determine John Cena's final opponent was a tremendous idea. Tournaments always work extremely well on TV format, and last night saw Sheamus and Rusev advance. It was also revealed that Gunther is set to return to action after a serious nose injury, and in the tournament, he'll be wrestling one of the brightest young talents in the entire company, Javon Evans. Yeah, this guy is facing Gunther at the age of 21. It's been widely reported that Gunther vs Cena is the plan for Cena's final ever matchup, but it's entirely possible that WWE have changed course. It would still be awesome to see Sheamus win it all and then become Intercontinental Champion, and also have him finally become Grand Slam Champion as well. Number 3, Cody on Raw. Cody Rhodes on Raw just feels like a completely different animal. The Raw brand just suits Rhodes' character, and he was brought onto the show to be part of Team CM Punk for WarGames. Granted, Rhodes being involved in the Vision storyline is kinda random, but with Drew McIntyre being off TV to film a movie, it makes sense to use the WWE Champion in this kind of role. Number 4, Nikki turns. Nikki Bella is once again a heel, as she turned on Stephanie Vaquer on Raw. This was being teased heavily on TV, but sometimes the most predictable booking plan is the most sensible one. Nikki thrives as a heel, and she gives Vaquer a credible and legitimate name to face for the world title, even though Nikki's lost the last 3 of her championship matches. There's no news of yet in relation to when their 1v1 matchup will be, but Survivor Series in a few weeks' time looks to be a logical destination for the match. I guess rewatching the footage, we now know the real reason why Nikki turned on Stephanie Vaquer. Did you notice how pally she was with John Cena backstage? Must have been the reason, right? She really said, "You can look, but you can't touch." Number 5, a Regal cameo. William Regal made his hilarious backstage cameo on Raw. He appeared in the backstage segment with numerous top Raw stars to scream WarGames at the top of his lungs. It's always great to see the wrestling legend on WWE TV. Number 6, Ripley is back. Now at last, Rhea Ripley is back, and she made the save for Io Sky during the closing moments of Raw, and Ripley is now sporting a mask due to her nose injury. Ripley is expected to be part of the babyface side of the women's WarGames match, and now that Ripley is back in the mix, the Raw Women's division has never been more stacked. A new champion's crown, and we have new women's tag team champions as the Kabuki Warriors capture the gold in Raw's main event. The presentation of the women's tag division has vastly improved since WrestleMania, and this is predominantly down to the involvement of Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Both women have done a stellar job with the titles, and they deserve all the praise in the world for elevating the titles. The key now is for WWE to actually continue this positive momentum and make sure that the titles are regularly featured on television. But that was a good what about the bad as number 1, stacked show. It was evident that WWE are putting all their resources and efforts into making Raw the best show it can possibly be. As a viewer of Raw, this is fantastic to see, but unfortunately, SmackDown is being completely annihilated on a weekly basis. Outside of the US title open challenges, SmackDown really doesn't have a single interesting aspect on the show. It would be in WWE's best interest to level the playing fields as we head into 2026. Nothing on the show stood out as downright ugly. The show delivered in all areas, and seeing John Cena finally become a Grand Slam champion was a true highlight of the Triple H era. What did you guys think of the Red Brand last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Now first story looks at John Cena booking his final event. Now, our top story today takes a look at John Cena's final matchup and how the WWE legend has a significant impact on what goes down at Saturday night's main event special next weekend. On Raw last night, Cena announced at the event that WWE will host exhibition matches for NXT and main roster talent, and it turns out that this is Cena's idea. According to Body Slam Plus via Patreon, Cena wanted to give talent a huge showcase, and he wants to leave the business in a better place on his way out. In the promo, Cena talks about one chapter closing and it being a night of opportunity for the future of this business. Recently, Cena spent some time at the Performance Center and he was able to work with the NXT talent, not only share things about the business with them, but also learn from them as well. Brian Alvarez noted that this was a John Cena call, and sources confirmed to Body Slam that Cena indeed pitched the idea to WWE brass. Cena enjoyed everything about his time visiting the Performance Center and wanted to give a talent a chance to be showcased and leave the business in a better place on his way out. Now, this is wonderful to see, and there's no news of yet in relation to what names are going to be involved, but the Peacock special next month looks to be one of the most exciting shows of the calendar year. Next up, WWE censored John Cena last night. Now, speaking of John Cena, he was actually censored on Raw for saying WWF. When Cena was discussing seeing his first wrestling show, and due to him saying WWF, WWE had no choice but to censor him. If Cena had said World Wrestling Federation, then it would have been allowed, but since he used WWF, they had to censor it. The WWE live shows often air in 1 or 2 second delays, so this was how they were able to censor Cena on the live broadcast. Next up, fans call out Triple H. During John Cena's final appearance on Raw, Triple H decided to be a key part of the celebrations. The game would introduce Cena and he would even stick around for Cena's promo segment. Now, Triple H has been called out for this, as some say that Triple H wanted to share the spotlight and he couldn't resist getting in on the action. The arena was packed to the rafters last night, and this could have been seen as Triple H's way of taking credit for the house. Fans have questioned if Triple H plans on introducing the show when SmackDown delivers a show in front of just 1,000 fans next month, but it kinda seems unlikely. Rather hilariously, Triple H cut his promo in front of a sign that said Triple H sucks, but WWE were extremely careful when it came to showing this on camera. And it also seemed like the fan did as well, as when Triple H turned around to see it, he put the sign down. Next up, the real reason why Nikki Bella turned heel. Now, we did joke around in the good, bad, and the ugly, but on Raw this week, Nikki Bella did turn heel, turning on world champion Stephanie Vaquer. But what was the real reason behind this? Well, the likely reason is so that Vaquer has a credible name to face for the world title. Nikki is one of the most popular female stars in the entire company, and WWE was in dire need of credible heels for Vaquer to face. The heel turn has gone down extremely well with fans, and the reaction from those in attendance was a right mix of emotion and intrigue. Some fans even decided to chant "Cena left you" at Nikki, which could be a trend during an incoming heel run. Next up, why did WWE cut off LA Knight? During last night's edition of Raw, LA Knight delivered a promo after John Cena's huge Intercontinental title win. LA Knight even mentioned and congratulated Cena for becoming a Grand Slam champion, and is even involved in the Last Time Is Now tournament, where he's set to take on a mystery opponent that could be from NXT, SmackDown, or even outside WWE. However, fans watching noticed that WWE abruptly cut off the star while he was still finishing off his promo. And funny enough, it ended on "Your time is up and my time is..." Some fans believe that WWE is punishing LA Knight for holding up a sign that read "We want LA Knight, not Jey Uso," and it showed vividly on screen. This, and also the fact that LA Knight has been involved in the Vision storyline drama, but will not be in the WarGames match this year. And whilst rumors of Knight having heat for the situation have been debunked by Fightful, the reason behind WWE cutting him off seemed to be simpler than that. Knight was cutting a Netflix promo, and superstars, whether they are Grayson Waller, Maxine Dupree, Kofi Kingston, or here LA Knight, they have to deliver the promo within a certain time. A fan managed to capture a photo of the timer that Knight has to deliver the promo within, and he certainly went over that time, and WWE was just then forced to cut him off. So whilst fans think that he's being punished, it's really not that case. Next up, WWE teasing a mystery opponent. Solo Sikoa will take part in the John Cena tournament next week on Raw, and he's set to face a mystery individual. This is similar to the booking of the LA Knight match, as we still don't know who the popular star will face on SmackDown this week. But fans on social media have been speculating on who this opponent could be. Popular suggestions include Chris Jericho and Edge, but both of those names are currently under AEW contracts, even though it's widely believed that Jericho will be joining WWE next year. Now, it's possible that WWE uses names from NXT such as Obafemi or Ethan Page, or could even begin to use TNA talent such as Joe Hendry and Dolph Ziggler. Cena did state that names from outside the WWE would be involved in the tournament, and these are the types of stars that are likely to be featured. Next up, the WarGames feels a set. One of the key focuses on Raw this week was the build to the two respective WarGames matches. In relation to the men's WarGames match, Team Vision is made up of Logan Paul, Bron Breakker, and Bronson Reed. It's also being rumored that the final two names will be Brock Lesnar and potentially even Austin Theory. When it comes to Team CM Punk, his team is made up of Punk, Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, and the final two names are rumored to be John Cena and Roman Reigns. However, these plans could have changed, and it makes zero sense to not have LA Knight in the team, especially with them feuding with the Vision stable for 6 whole months. The women's match is a little more complex. The heel side is likely to see the Kabuki Warriors, Lash legend Nia Jax, and another heel likely to be Becky Lynch, versus the all-star team of Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and a fellow babyface. This fellow babyface is heavily rumored to be AJ Lee, but with AJ Lee disappearing from WWE TV since WrestlePalooza, it's unclear if she's set to return to WWE TV anytime soon. Next up, Andrade walks out of another wrestling show. A former WWE star Andrade reportedly walked out of a recent show. According to Dave Meltzer on the latest Wrestling Observer Radio, Andrade was booked for the Crash 14 Aniversario wrestling show, and he decided to leave after signing autographs. Andrade was on the show, probably the main attraction on the show. He was there signing autographs, and then he left. The only thing that we heard was that he was unhappy, so I don't know what the story is. His non-compete is only United States, so he can work in Tijuana, he can work in Mexico City. And we will of course keep you posted on the story as we await the reason why Andrade decided to walk out of the show. Bro's really on a mission to burn bridges with every single company, right? Next up, a wrestler passes away at 55. A former Florida-based pro wrestler, Ralph Mosca, has passed away at the age of 55. The news was shared by fellow wrestler Fidel Sierra on Facebook, where he reflected on their time working together both in the ring and off duty, calling Mosca another brother in this pro wrestling business. Now, he actually appeared on television for the World Wrestling Federation in the early 90s, where he actually took part in matches against recognizable names like Kevin Nash aka Diesel, Scott Hall aka Razor Ramon, Mike Rotunda aka IRS, and the Head Shrinkers. But after his WWF stint, he mainly competed for indie wrestling promotions in Florida such as Full Impact Pro and American Combat Wrestling. He actually enjoyed a successful run in ACW where he won the heavyweight title 4 times over roughly a decade. We'd like to send our condolences to the Mosca family during this time. And finally, a shock WWE return incoming. Now, final story today takes a look at a bold prediction from a WWE Hall of Famer. Bully Ray discussed Jon Moxley, aka Dean Ambrose, on yesterday's Busted Open Radio, and he predicted that Moxley is going to make a dramatic return to WWE. Everybody will eventually come back to WWE because if their eyes haven't been opened already, their eyes will eventually open. They will get every drop of money they can possibly get out of the company, and then they'll get frustrated or realize that this is not for me anyway. Yes, I do believe everybody will eventually come back. It's believed that Moxley has around 2 years left on his AEW deal, so if he does return to WWE, it's still going to be a considerable amount of time until that goes down. A lot can happen in the space of 2 years, and the state of pro wrestling industry could vastly change over the next 24 months. If he does ever return to WWE, then the obvious big match is a Shield triple threat at WrestleMania. Whilst the match has occurred before at the Battleground pay-per-view in 2016, this is a match that deserves a grand stage, and all three men are completely different wrestlers compared to a decade prior. But there you have it, folks, our look at Raw as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.